part two, Yasharala, part two. Sorry about the breakup from the previous video. I'm just doing a continuation. The recorder stopped recording. So whosoever committed sin transgressed also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. And ye know that he was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin. So going back to deliver especially from sin, that's Yahweh Shai, or its penalty to free from captivity. Who was in captivity? Yasharallah, Israel, under Esau Edom and these heathens. Or punishment, see, that was the punishment because we didn't serve Yahweh Shai Mashiach, Abba Yahweh Ba'ashai with a gladness of heart by paying a price. So Yahweh Shai paid the ultimate price. Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Elohim shall bring thee into Egypt, which is America, house of bondage and slavery again. That's why you in captivity. That's why Yasharallah is in captivity, because America is the house of bondage. That's why you got the pyramid behind the dollar. Because that's what we did as Israelites under the pharaohs, which were the Hamitic nations, under the Cushites. But the Most High say he's going to bring us there again with ships a second time. So we would go to Egypt again. Not ancient Egypt, not the land of Metazorium or Mizrahim, but another Egypt, another slavery, another captivity. That's all it's saying. With ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And that was Yasharallah, Israel, the land of Israel, and it's what? As a nation of people, as a whole entire nation. And there you should be sold until your enemy was sold to Esau Edom. And these other heathens, Cush, Ishmael, Moab, Ammon, so forth and so on. For bond men, for slave men, and slave woman, bond woman. And no man shall buy you. And that word buy is redeem. All right? The only one who could redeem us was Yahweh Shah Mashiach. That's the ultimate price. That was the ultimate. Isaiah chapter 35. Let's go back to where we started. Let's go back. Let me see where I stopped. Let's just take it from the top again. The wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them. You see, the them are the Yasharallah, starting with the hopeful elect. The house of David, the elect, the cluster, the remnant. And the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with joy. And singing, the glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it. The excellency of Carmel and Sharon, they shall see the glory of the Elohim, and the excellency of our Abba Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. The Most High say, strengthen ye the weak hands, you see, and confirm the feeble knees. Because we've been made weak hands and feeble knees. In this captivity, you in captivity, Israel. So to them that are of a what? Of a fearful heart. Because the Most High said the fear of the Elohim is the beginning of wisdom. That's how you get a good understanding of the Bible. I'll tell you that in Psalms 111 and 10. Be strong, fear not. The Most High said, fear not. Don't be afraid. But we also been fearful amongst Esau and these heathens. We fear them because they in rulership. They in power over us. They are our masters, right? The Most High said the earth was given into their hands. Job 9:24. We would go to them in want of all things. We wouldn't have no power and might in our hands. That's part of the curse in Deuteronomy 28. We wouldn't have no power or might in our hands. So the curses did that unto us because we didn't serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua with gladness of heart. So these penalties came upon us as a nation. But Yahushua is redeeming us from that. He has stirred up our remembrance to who we are and what's required of us. So the elect of Yahshua have repented and have turned their foot unto the testimonies of Abba Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashapakhtai. Have turned back to Abba Yahweh with a gladness of heart. Behold, your Elohim will come with vengeance, so Yahweh Shah is coming with vengeance, as he says in Isaiah 66:15. Even the Elohim Abba Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah with a recompense, you see, upon Esau, Edom, those that have us in captivity, because we in captivity, whether you believe it or not, and also 2/3 of Yasharallah. So vengeance upon everybody but the elect of the Israelites. Because they all took crafty counsel against Yasharallah, Psalms 83, upon Yahweh Shah Mashiach children, sons and daughters. Even the Elohim with a recompense, he will come and save you, you see. So the save is salvation being delivered from the hand of your enemies. Luke 1:68, 69, and 70. The house of David. Matthew 24:30 and 31. Come and save you. Who? The feeble hands and weak knees. Right? Those in captivity. Yasharallah. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opening. See? That's the one he stirred up the remembrance. The Israelites who the Most High woke up. Let's get something right quick. The Most High said, as thou spakest by thy servant Mashah in the day when thou didst command him to write thy law, see, before the children of Yasharallah said, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. You see, Israel been scattered in the four winds of the earth. For I knew that they would not hear me. See, that word hear me. We couldn't hear the Most High or see until he stirred up our remembrance. That's why I come here, to give you the understanding through the precepts. Precept upon precept. Precept upon precept. Line upon line. Line upon line. Isaiah 28 and 9 go into that. Or 28 and 8. That's how you should teach the Bible. Because it is a stiff-necked people, but, the Most I say, but, in the land of their captivity. There you go. Who is in captivity? Israel, Yasharallah. Israel, Yasharallah, Jacob, they shall remember themselves. This is the 2/3 remembering themselves. And not that the 2/3 remember themselves, those that were called but were not chosen has remembered themselves. Because Yahweh say, many are called, talking about Israelites, but few are chosen. So the chosen are the elect, the remnant. Because you got a lot of camps like HOI, Sabak, Guerrilla Hebrew, with Sakari, no longer, Deacon Hakar, with Genesis, who was once Sakari, but now they call themselves other things. They were called. They knew the truth. The Most High stirred up their remembrance. But they was just only called. They taught the truth at some point. But then they went back into the world again. So you had many camps, IUSPK, Nathan with IURC, Bishop Nate, he taught the name Abba Yahweh. He taught it. He broke it down to a T. He taught the name Yahweh Shai. He broke it down to a T. So he was called. His remembrance was stirred up, but then he went back off. Because the Most High say, if that prophet be deceived, in the book of Job chapter 12, I have deceived that prophet. And the Most High warned of prophets going subject to change. So you have a lot of men that were called amongst Yasharallah, but they were subject unto change. Meaning they came out with a different doctrine, a different name. They changed the name. They went back to Christ. But nonetheless, he's talking about Israel. In the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. That's how we can see, and that's how we can hear. I mean, get the understanding of this truth. And shall know, see, because the Most High said, and shall know that I am the Elohim, there Yahweh. He's only our power. We would know that. That's why Joel 2:27 say, I'm the Lord thy God and none else, and my people should never be ashamed. Because we would know he's only the God of Israel. Salvation is only for Israel. We would know that. The elect would know it. The house of King David would know it. The remnant would know it. For I give them a heart, you see, which is a mind, and ears to hear. There you have it. That's what Isaiah 35 is talking about. Isaiah 35 talks about it. That's why I came here, to give you the understanding, to give you who the audience is, who's being saved, who's the prisoners of hope. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think. So we would have the name in captivity, because you got to call on the name Abba Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, to be saved, to be beamed up in the chariots during the blast of World War III. How you going to be beamed up if you're not calling on the name? Yahweh, he is, he exists, he is to be, and his only begotten son named Yahweh Shai, our great Redeemer, our great Deliverer in Yasharallah. So you would have to call on that name to be saved. You'd have to do the works that come with the name by rehearsing the righteous acts, as it says in Judges 5:11, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and judgments to the best of your ability. Because we know the law not going to save us, as the blood of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh Shai who's going to save our Redeemer. But you have to rehearse. You must be in a rehearsal mindset. So your heart, your mind should be in rehearsing. Your mind should always be on rehearsal, because if your mind is on Yahweh Shai, then you would be in rehearse mode in the land of your captivity, in slavery, in bondage. Think upon my name. And the Most High even prove it further. And return, you see. That's why we know you got to rehearse the righteous acts. You got to keep the law, statutes, commandments, and judgment to the best of your ability. Because now he said, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. The wicked deeds are what? The transgression of the law. You breaking the laws. That's the wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, you see, which sinned before the Elohim. See? I'm about to close out. Yashavala. So the Most High say, strengthen ye, I'm being repetitive, I'm being redundant, I read this already. Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them, the Israelites, we already established that, they're of a fearful heart. Say, we afraid in this captivity. But if you fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, you understand this is part of prophecy. And the Most High going to redeem us from this. And deliver us from the hand of our enemies, from captivity. Be strong. That's why the Most High said, be strong. And you're also going to be courageous. When you go into the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and 8, or 1 and 9, the Most High talk about being strong, being courageous. Fear not, behold, the Elohim, Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai, will come with vengeance. Because the Most High, Isaiah 66 and 15, even the Elohim with a recompense, he will come to save you, see? Yashavala. Luke 168, 69. The elect. The eyes of the blind, we just covered that, shall be open. You see, that's why we went to Baruch 2, 30 and 31. And the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped, you see. Then shall the lame man leap as an hart, see, because we're going to sing a new song, no, we the Hebrew Israelites. That's the singing. The singing is knowing we the Hebrew Israelites. The singing is us calling on the Heavenly Father's name, Abba Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, not Christ. And all these bug out names. And rehearsing the righteous acts. That's the singing. Because we singing what? A new song. And the tongue of the dumb sing, for in the wilderness shall the waters break out. You see? The waters is what? This truth. The words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, us understanding it. The living waters of Yahweh Shai. That's why the Most High told the woman at the well, if you would drink of this water, you would never thirst again. He wasn't talking about the water in the well. He's talking about the words of him. We in the wilderness. And the wilderness shall the waters break out, you see? And America's the wilderness. Why are we in the wilderness? Because we in the four winds of the earth. We've been scattered. And the bulk of the Hebrew Israelites is in the daughter of Babylon. Right? So we're not in our land of nativity. We're not in our homeland. That's what put us in the wilderness. If you're not home, you're in the wilderness. Shall waters break out and streams in the desert, and the parched ground shall become a pool. See, where it was hot, where you caught hell, because this is hell. Hell in heat is also a condition. We going through the fire. See? Right? We in the fire. We going through the fire. But there also will be an ultimate fire in World War III. But we in fire now. We in hell now. Hell is the conditions that you're placed in through the captivity. That's hell. That's fire. That's heat for your ass. What the Most High say is going to become a pool. See, this truth comforts you. The Most High stirring up our remembrance, it comforts us. Having this oil, this knowledge and wisdom and understanding, it comforts us. It cooleth down. This water, Yahweh Shai, it's you thirsty in the land of springs of water. Spring becomes springs of water to you. And the habitation where you dwell, right, of dragons. See, we dwell. The dragons are the Edomites, Esau, Edom, putting them Drakkar laws on us, draconian laws. And then the dragon go to a serpent. Esau is that serpent that grew. He started off in the Garden of Eden. Now he's a big dragon. He then went from a serpent to a dragon. Where each lake shall be grass with reeds and rushes, and a highway shall be there, and the way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. See, we preparing you the way of the Elohim, right? The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those the wayfaring men. See, those fools shall not err therein. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall be not found there, but the redeemed shall walk therein. Yahweh Shai he's finna redeem us about this thing. Like the old spiritual song, Negro song, hold on a little while longer. Everything is going to be all right. And the ransom of the Elohim shall return and come to who? To Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their head. Salakia, Yahshua, Salakia. Let's read that right. And the ransom, and that's how I define the word ransom. That's what made me define the word ransom. Because when I got to verse 10 of Isaiah 35 and 10, that's what started this whole lesson. And the ransom of the Elohim shall return, see, and come to Zion, because the Most High going to set us back in our land, as it said in Isaiah 14 and 1 and 2, with songs and everlasting joy, you see. Daniel 7 and 18. Upon their heads they shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and singing shall flee away. Right? Because we the prisoners, I'm going to close out on this, because we the prisoners of hope. Because when you go back, I'm going to reread the definition of ransom. Let's go back. Let's turn to Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 12. The Most High say, as for thee also by the blood of thy covenant. See, the covenant was made with Israel, Yahshua. I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit. America is a damn pit, man. This is hell. Wherein is no water, you see. I just read Isaiah about the water, about the stream, about the pool, about the stirring up our remembrance. Now we drinking that water. We got that pool in the desert, having this truth. Be encouraged, Yahshua. Be courageous in this truth. Because we at the end of the end of the end. Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. See, we prisoners of hope. Because we know Yahweh Shai Mashiach is our great deliverer, our great redeemer in Yasharallah. The Most High made the purchase by his blood. Right? See? Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. See? The Most High going to give us beauty for ashes. When I have bent Judah, Yahweh, the southern kingdom, the Negro tribes, filled the bow with Ephraim, the northern kingdom, the native Indian and Latino tribes with Indian title Negro descent, and raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, the Edomites, and made thee as the sword of mighty men. That's why the prophecies go down. That's why the man of David is prophesying. That's why we're in the streets and the highways and the byways doing these lessons and videos. It's to say the truth. But Bob, a ball, not Paul. Shalom.